After our tie-up in Fort Lauderdale, we hit the ground running. We tried to enjoy the pleasures of being on land, but truly, we were there to work, and we spent 2 weeks on the dock, going hard getting Hangtime back to our likings. We also had a lot of help from some awesome tradespeople in the area.
Yeah, sexy pose. I mean, if you want to advertise the boat works too. So what do you do?
We do everything under the water line. That's what we do. So for anything you need from Miami Beach up to West Palm Beach, we'll get to you. We're taking care of your props right now. We're going to take them off and we're going to take them to balance. The folding props are they're not difficult, but they're very, very a lot of little pieces. So, that's about what we're going to do. And
so do you use a net to catch things when you...
No, we got that bucket and an extra hand.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank God. We've still got cheap labor here. No, I'm sorry. No. These are my partners, father and son, Carlos and Carlos Jr.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. My pleasure. Thank God the water's warm, though. That's a good thing.
Our beautiful folding prop was out of alignment. It was pretty apparent every time we turned on the engine. While the boat was in Aruba, we had the props removed, sent to the States to add line cutters, and rebalance them, so we were really surprised when we fired her up and felt that same rattle. Black Coral Marine came by and removed the starboard propeller for us and sent it in for repair. They were nice enough to put this video together for us. As you see, first he had to spend a long time cleaning the prop to even get the bolts. The growth rate of barnacles in the intercoastal is hard to believe unless you see it with your own eyes. We had been there for just a few weeks and had experienced this level of growth, something that was new to us. It's suggested to have boat bottoms cleaned every 2 weeks here, especially in the summer as the water temps rise. Eventually the prop was removed and brought in for balancing, and slowly other jobs started to fall into place.
Back on. Try this again.
It's on.
No, press it up.
Off. Do you hear it?
Turn it the other way.
It's on.
Do you hear it?
Yeah. It's on.
Oh my gosh. Give us some ice. Come on, Hangtime ice. Come on. I hear it.
Have some?
Well, remember I said it's probably not that good at the moment, the first batch I have to throw out.
Why not? Isn't it that good? Because, just really filtering through?
Yeah, it just filters through. Oh, look! That made it pretty quick. Oh, it's a nice size, too. Maybe you can give Ruby a piece of ice. Ruby want some ice? Hangtime ice, who?
As you know, you have a flat top mainsail, right? Square top mainsail, so you have this batten that shoots up this way. So you guys have had to plug the sail into that snap shackle.
Oh, I know that.
Which doesn't really work unless you're super strong. So we're gonna take that away, and we are going to have a piece of high-tech line called a flathead line that it's going to take its place, which will allow the head of the sail to come to the car. So when you hoist it, it'll come to the car, and when you drop it into the bag, it'll fall away.
You just gonna go up?
So I don't have to come to the mast at all to put up the main.
Nope. Nope.
It's been a pretty discouraging day around here. We've been sitting on the dock for a couple of weeks. I heard a new term. It's called project creep. It's when you get into one project and then that opens up another project, and we've definitely got some project creep going on in Hangtime right now. Anyway, it's just a bit discouraging. We thought we'd be ready to go to Bahamas on Saturday or Sunday, which are the best weather windows. It's Friday. We had our propeller pulled off 2 weeks ago. It's one of the folding props, and it's been out of balance. And it was supposed to come back today and be reinstalled. We had the divers lined up, and we got a call, and the company ordered the wrong propeller. So we can't get out of here this weekend like we hoped. So maybe we'll have the propeller by next Tuesday or Wednesday, with Monday being a holiday. So it's a total drag because we're gonna miss the weather window to Bahamas, and it doesn't look like we can get there anytime soon. The marina we're in, it's fine, but it's not really great for the kids walking around outside. The water's dirty. It's just, we're passing the days by and working our butts off in there, but it's not very fun for anybody. The thought of being stuck here for 4 or 5 more days really is not ideal. So definitely discouraging. We've just been working so hard, and so to miss the window really sucks. So we'll see what next week brings. I'm sure we'll have some more project creep now that we have a bit more time, but we really just need to get off the dock, out of here, so we can start enjoying again. Traveling during a pandemic is not easy. When you add the element of preparing the boat and looking for a weather window on top of properly timing PCR tests and travel visas, it's a difficult process. We just had so many moving parts we couldn't get Ruby's paperwork done in time, so our friends were kind enough to take her for a few days. We'll meet up with them next week in Bahamas, but we sure do miss our little girl.
The company that was balancing the prop felt that we were going to have the same problem even with the fix, and the attempt to balance it was in vain, so we decided to replace the entire propeller. This was a big expense we were not expecting, especially when the props were only 3 years old, but we felt it was best to get it taken care of while we had the option to have a replacement installed. A folding propeller is advantageous on a sailboat because when sailing, the propellers can be folded in to reduce the drag on the boat. It's estimated that a folding prop can increase speeds by almost half a knot, which is a big deal for us. Seeing the beautiful prop folding and unfolding is oh so satisfying. After its installation, we were ready to go and got underway at first light the following day.
We're out at sea. We're about 50 miles from Florida. We left out of Fort Lauderdale this morning. I have to say, leaving was pretty tough. I haven't been at sea in a long time, and I was pretty nervous pulling out of there. Just get up so early and getting your head in the game, trying to figure things out and put up the sails, and it's doubting some of my life choices. As we left, a lot of boat traffic and waves and chop, and it wasn't that good, but got calmed down a little bit once we got out here. We've been fighting the Gulf Stream. It's pushing us north quite heavily, so we've been motor sailing this whole time. We're about 25 miles from the west end of Bahamas. We're going to pass north of Grand Bahama, and then we'll head over to Abaco, check in Green Turtle Key. So everything's been pretty smooth. We got out here and we're just playing a game of chicken with 2 cargo ships. We've got a 300-meter one over to our starboard, and the one that was over to our port was about 180 meters long, and we were heading straight into the middle of them. So we just turned off the engines, decided to bear off a little bit and just stand by and let the big boys pass through, and then hopefully we'll be back underway here shortly. We'll have to pop the engines back on just to keep the course. If not, the Gulf Stream's just going to shoot us way, way past where we want to go. So it's taming down a little bit now, but out in the middle it was almost 5 knots. Seas were pretty unsettled. Chose a pretty low wind day to cross, and the wind had a southerly component in it. So the key thing when you're crossing the Gulf Stream is you do not want any north in the wind, because the collision of the wind and the currents can cause a real problem out here. So generally it comes from the east, and then to have a little bit of south in it as well, that's a bonus. So we've been able to make some headway with our sails. Oh my God, we made it.
There's a little change of plans, just going to West End. We weren't thinking of docking, but if you're here in West End, why not? It feels so good to be on land here.
Oh my God, 4 hard weeks on the dock, hot, sweaty working. And then the passage that was tough enough because we're a little bit green.
Not quite the picture.
And then you pull in and you're in Bahamas, and the water's gorgeous and the sun is shining and the reggae is going. It's like, oh my God.
People are so friendly here.
It feels so good. It feels so good to be here. Finally, it's like having doubts of if all this work was even worth it. And then just being here, it's like, oh yeah, this is why we love cruising. So So pumped to be here.
Feels good.
Good job.
You can find us here for the next few weeks enjoying sunshine, beautiful beaches, and solitude.